What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet an uh, car review. This is for the 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 SRT-10. That's right, SRT-10. We'll get into a few fun facts about the SRT and what all that means, but this is a returning vehicle from Forza Motorsport 3 and Motorsport 4. We haven't seen it since the 2010 era, and I believe in Motorsport 4, it definitely was a I want to say it was a DLC. I'm not 100% on that, but I think it was a DLC in Motorsport 4. But yeah, anyways, this is the festival reward card for 20 points in this week's Winter Season Festival playlist, and you can get it by earning the 20 points. Just do a little bit of completion for the festival. Um, and then if you continue on for 40 points, you get a free Ford Lightning SVT from 2003. So a little more focus on the American cars. Actually, I also want to shout out at the time for recording this. This is 4th of July. So happy 4th to all of those out there who are celebrating. Happy Independence Day to all my American brothers out there. Hope you guys are having a great day. Anyways, I'm gonna jump right into this. Don't have a lot of time today. Got some 4th of July fireworks and such to get out myself. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into this. I'm gonna go ahead, hop out of the garage. This is in stock form. It is in B class in stock form. Let's see here. Your rating is B547. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna set this to Hokubu, which is not Sunny. Hokubu is right here. All right, so we're gonna set this as our route, and meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and let Anna drive us there. There we go. That is actually loud on my end. I don't know about you guys. Let me oh no. Oh no, it got jumped in. I'm gonna have to overtake for a second here. So, what we're gonna do, let's go ahead. We're gonna jump out here. We're gonna start the fast travel there. I forget about that. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we will enable auto drive. Okay, all right. So while this is going, we'll just throw some fun facts into it. So the SRT-10, um, SRT stands for Street and Racing Technology. Um, It is Mopar's racing division. Anything with an SRT denotes that it has the fastest possible engine, not necessarily the top of its class. There are some like Rams that you could have gotten that would have had leather seats and such, but this one does not come with leather. This is their racing model. And then the number afterward, 10, denotes the number of cylinders. So we know like SRT4 Neon came as a 4-cylinder. There's the SRT6 Crossfire, which came with the Mercedes V6 supercharged. Anything SRT8 obviously is an 8-cylinder. And then we have Dodge Viper's SRT-10, which is the 10-cylinder 8.4 liter. Um, and so Dodge went ahead and threw that into their Ram 1500 because that had become a thing of the time, starting to make some trucks race-worthy, such as the Cyclone, the Typhoon, Ford's F-150 Lightning, as well as Tacoma had even entered in with their X-Runner, a model that I kind of hope we'll get into. So, devs, if you're watching this, we would absolutely love to get the Toyota Tacoma X-Runner. Um, was a fantastic vehicle of the day. It's already lowered, comes with a ground effects body kit and a 6-speed manual. That'd be great. But today, we're focusing on this Ram SRT-10. Few fun facts about this, or at least some basic facts about this when it comes down to um, kind of its horsepower and such. It is running the 8.4 liter naturally aspirated V10 with 500 brake horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque. Comes with a 6-speed manual transmission in this model here, with no extended cab, and it's just the basic two-door model. It did get a 6-speed manual transmission, and then if it was the extended cab or the full cab, it came with a 4-speed automatic, same engine. It is rear-wheel drive. It is a pretty heavy beast, coming in at 5150 or 5,150 pounds. So that might play a bit of an issue when we're dealing with racing it around Hokubu and any of the other things that we might try and do today, but we shall see. We will definitely mess around with our builds a little bit. But I haven't checked all of the colors yet. We'll get to that when we get to a little more of the customization. I think we're going to have a screw up here because it's probably going to try and adjust itself to the... Did they fix it? Oh, it looks like they fixed it. Fantastic. Great. Alright, we're about to see how this thing handles off-road. You can hear the wheels spin. But a lot of horsepower coming from this vehicle, so I'm very excited to see how it's going to handle on the racetrack. So let's take a look here. How much further do we have to go? Still 1.6 miles. I really don't have anything else about this car to go ahead and fill out, so we're gonna go ahead and take this thing on to Hokubu. Alright. Woo! I'll go ahead and disable Anna. And I'll let you know how it drives, actually, before we even get to Hokubu. You can definitely, just right off the bat, you can feel the weight of the car. Very heavy, but at the same time, controlled. It is very controlled in stock form. What's going on, Cosworth? Great to see you. Alright. The shifting is also smooth. I do enjoy the shifting. Taking out all these cars. Alright, here we go. We're going to try and go for a flying lap into Hokubu. And let's see how this is. Yes, happy Independence Day. Alright, here we go. Hey, look at that. Another buddy of ours. Same vehicle. Alright, it's holding good to the track. A little bit wide there. Mind you, it is a very, very heavy vehicle. Yeah, it definitely likes to hook wide on that corner there, so when it comes down to tuning, we'll definitely want to attack that. And acceleration is decent. We'll definitely get some more power into there on our first build. Alright, here we go. First flying lap. We're only really going to do a total of 2 flying laps. Lost a little bit of traction there. That's definitely going to be affecting our total lap time. Definitely losing time from our first lap there. Which, even though the lap truly wasn't a standing lap, because we did come onto the track and start going without coming to a stop, I'm still going to count that as a standing lap because we weren't at full speed coming around. So this will be lap number 1. There we go. We gained some time back. Alright, so not quite a full second faster. Let's see if we can cut some corners here. Alright, I like that. It's still very boggy. It's a very boggy vehicle. I'm definitely gonna want to open up my revs a little bit, where my red line is at, because I'm not a fan of 6,000 RPM being our max. I think it deserves a higher run. All right, here we go, and then we will head back to the. All right, 107.1. 107.1 is our base lap on a stock build. So let's head on over to the garage. Let's take a look at what kind of customization we've got, and we will build a proper. Let's take a B class. Let's keep this thing in B class and see what we can do. So, first and foremost, let's head on over here. I don't see any wide body, which makes sense. This is not really a wide body type of vehicle. But our engines. So we have the stock. Oh, that's an 8.3 liter. I don't know why I said 8.4 earlier, but sounds so nice. Takes a while to get the revs all the way up. 107 on stock car, yeah. And that was Hokubu, in case you're wanting to run it. All right. So then we have the 8.4 liter, more horsepower. Sounds about the same. Definitely revs quicker though. All right, we have an 8.2 liter out of the Corvette C8R. Ooh, okay. That's a sound. A 7.2 Racing. And the 8.9 V8 DSC. With 1,500 brake horsepower. That is insane. All right, we're going to keep the engine stock, though. Obviously, we have our all-wheel drive swap that we can do for it. And twin turbos. Give us about 95 horsepower. It's not a bad increase. Ooh. You gotta love that supercharger whine. I think we're gonna go centrifugal. Alright, what do we got here? Ooh, and it's adjustable. That's awesome right there. It makes the car look less like a Giga Chad. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of has like that Chad look. That one, I like that. And I think I could put a livery to that a lot easier because of all the lines and corners and such. So we're gonna go with that one there. We have no wing, a non-adjustable, ooh, an adjustable Dodge wing. I'm here for it. Uh, think I like the other bumper better, and side skirts. Show us. Oh yeah, oh yeah, much cleaner look there. Okay, so we have our visualization a lot better. Our tires. What are our tires looking like? So stock is a street compound. Um, engine. That's weird. Well, all right. Yeah, let's make this into a street-esque build. So we'll just up it up a little bit. Um, we were getting a lot of understeer, so we'll upgrade the fronts. We'll upgrade the rears. Counteract some of that. We're gonna keep the stock rims. I like the stock rims. But we will definitely widen out the engine. wheel spacers. All right, now let's get into a little bit more of that performance. We're only going to do the clutch upgrade merely because um, it lightens up the car, and we've already seen how heavy this truck is stock, so we definitely want to shed some of that weight if we can. And we're going to head on over our brakes. We're going to up it from street to sport brakes. I think that should be plenty there. We're going to drop this down to a sport suspension. We're in B class. We really don't need to have a lot adjustable. We're definitely going to get the adjustable ARBs. That is the most easiest way and lowest PI efficiency to be able to get some tuning in. Um, we'll avoid stiffening up the vehicle too much. We don't want to add a lot of weight. All right, here's where we're going to, holy cow, have a lot of trouble. Whew. We can only get rid of 700 pounds, and that throws us into A class. So we're probably gonna have to come back here and drop that down. All right, let's test this out and see how this works. We're also going to need to do just a little bit of tuning to make sure that the car handles properly. Let's drop this down. We don't want it overly go. Acceleration. Let's see, this is a 6-speed. And it was bogging, so let's bring it down a little bit. We're gonna have some wheel spin if we drop it into first. So we're gonna just remember that we don't want to go below second gear, not seventh gear. Whew, that'd be bad. All right, let's start mid-range. Let's put this at 20 to start. Let's put this all the way up to 40. Let's go to 45. 45. So we are about 20 from max on either end. We do have aero adjustable, so let's do that front since we had to get rid of our tire width up there. But we don't want too much from the rear. There we go. And we don't have the brakes adjustable. This is only a two-wheel drive vehicle. We're going to start at 50. We'll bump this down to 15. That's going to give us a good baseline tune. Let's repaint this up. Let's see if they've got any good paints for this car, red or black. That's typical of Dodge, red or black. You know what? We're going to take this as a black truck for right now. Let's tint out those windows just to give us a little bit of personality. And all right, we are all set. So while that is saving, we did throw the supercharger on there, so we do have a little bit of a power increase. That looks super clean. I am not gonna lie, that is a very, very clean looking truck. So let's get this back out to Suni. Or not Suni, sorry, Hokubu. We're going to Hokubu. And let's get some testing done. We'll do about 3-ish laps as long as, we're getting clean laps there. Let's get 3 clean laps over here. Yep. We want to get a good run up, so we are going to. There we go. Oh, Kazi with the 105 in stock. All right, all right. No hate. No hate. That's impressive. All right, here we go. So far, it's handling nice. I'm not getting a lot of rear kick out, which is good since it's supercharged. And I feel like the gearing is pretty nice. Slow it down. Right off the bat, 103. I would love to see if this would hit a 102, but I just don't see it possible unless I do a lot more in-depth tuning. And probably all-wheel drive, but I don't know. Alright, we'll do one final lap here. There we go. Maybe. Okay. Actually, really like this. Oh? A little more confidence through there, but I think I could definitely... Oh? Okay. Honestly, this is pretty sick. There it is, a 102. I'll take it. Alright, so with that done, let's take this to a rivals track. Up. And where do we want to race this at? The Electric Town Circuit? I feel like that one is good for... Yeah. That one seems good for a road regulation. For B class specifically. Okay, let's change our rival up. Let's find someone who has a clean time. I do not have a clean time. One of my friends. Alright, so let's see. Coldstream in the Yaris. Not bad. Let's spot in the sky. Let's start with spot in the sky. Or, Tobias. Tobias seems like a good start. Here we go. Top of B class. Top of B class. Yes. Alright. Here we go. So 102 top of B class, we're pushing just under 600 horsepower. I believe it's like 585 or something along those lines. This tune will become available after the stream. I'll get the share code out. This video will be going up on YouTube later. This is how I'm doing my car reviews now. Let's see if this catches on. All right, here we go. 1. Yep. All right. Turning is nice. It overpowers the STI pretty nicely. Alright, so we have our chicane here. Huh. We have really made a pull away from the STI. Problem is I feel like we do have to brake a little bit harder and a little bit longer than the STI will because of its all-wheel drive. Well, because the STI has all-wheel drive. This obviously is just rear wheel. Ooh, let it settle. Alright, nice. Right. So in Electric City, we pulled off a 154. Not bad to start. Let's continue going. Let's give this 2 more laps, see what we can do, because that was a standing lap. I think a 151, maybe even a 150 is possible here. This truck actually is really good about learning to get your vehicle pointed in the direction that you want to go as you're braking before you hit back onto throttle. Good acceleration, like considering B class. This is good acceleration considering B class. All right. 51, 52, 53. All right, let's go for one more time. I think I can hit a 52 at least. 52 would be nice. I think I need to come out of that turn in 3rd gear instead of 4th. It's for being so heavy, it definitely still has pull. It feels really nice now. Settles in. if you go over bumps, it like kind of re-hooks back to the ground pretty quickly. Doesn't bounce too much. You don't feel unstable going into the turn. It's got some forward leaning when you brake, but nothing you wouldn't expect from a truck that has a V10 in the front. This might be the one, guys. Keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. There we go. There it is. All right. What do we got? 50. Oh, we got ourselves a 51. All right. So that's where I'm going to call it for Rivals. That's a 151 top B class. A whole second behind, almost 2 seconds behind Drunken Gamer. But we aren't looking for meta here. That was a very decent run. Next up, we're at the 30-minute mark for the recording, so I'm going to go ahead and let's do one final. We're just going to go into one online race. We're not doing a lot or a full thing. We're just going to go with one B class. We're gonna go collisions off, and yeah. Let's see how this does in online. It's very big, so it's not gonna have the agility that a lot of the smaller cars have, but I think it has a lot of potential to outrun some of the smaller cars because of the high horsepower. And it's just like it's like a tank. It's just a rolling tank. What's up, Nala? I am very curious. I might have to compare this to the Ram TRX that we have. We might not be taking this into any online if we don't get a match here. There we go. All right. Oh, sweet. So we're gonna get to do the last race anyway. Was that Shimanoya? I'm gonna butcher that name no matter how I try to say it. So I'm just not gonna try and say it, and we're going to run with it. I do like the long burnout it can do. That is. Ooh, there we go. Nice. That was actually pretty good. No lights here. You got a 49. Dirty 49. Well, we'll take it. Let's see how well this is as a mountain climber. Not good at all. Uh, it does not like to climb mountains. That gosh darn rear-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive doesn't like to climb mountains. I would... It doesn't really have that long of a bed, but I would still say it's somewhat useful. Right? Ah! No! Oh! Dang it. That would have been extremely cool had that actually, like, saved, you know? But it didn't. Ooh, a 49-1 clean? Mmm. I'm telling you, I could probably go back and get it. Did you do that via Rivals? Was that a Rivals run? I wouldn't be able to tell. Alright, here we go. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Then I guess I'll be able to find it in a minute. Full lobby. You can't tell me that this is gonna run as a meta. There's no way. I mean, it's holding its own pretty well. You know what? Not gonna lie, I'll take it. Ooh, it loses speed going uphill. I would probably assume that that is because of its weight. But even still, just shy of 600 horsepower, I feel like it should still climb this pretty well. Not bad. Not a bad run. Third place is actually really, really good for this car and for my skill level. Um, and there's only one car in here that was not top of class. So if I had to give this car a scaled rating, I do like the customization on it. It's got some great potential with the engine. In B class, you can still, obviously, as we're seeing, race it out pretty good. Cosworth put in some times as well, hitting 49s on his rivals. So overall, I'd say this one's like an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for this particular car. I'm so glad that they added it. We'll continue to do car reviews in this manner. Let me know if you're enjoying them. This one's going to be a little bit shorter than normal because I don't like the editing portion and I want to get this out as quickly as possible. But let me know what you think. Let me know what car you guys want to see next. Keep an eye out for this video on YouTube. Other than that, that's going to do it for me today. This was a very short stream. Yeah,
Sure is a beauty.
it really is. Thanks, May. But you guys have a great afternoon, great evening, great night. For those in the US, enjoy your 4th of July. Be safe with your fireworks. And until next time, you guys take it easy.